Hey guys, Richard not in Ryden's room again after my latest Doctor review. This one is for the next episode of the Cyberman two-parter. Yes, yesterday's was called Rise of the Cybermen. This one is called The Age of Steel. So, straight onto it. Random thing of the day. Latest book, the Downshan Zombie series, book 10. Great read and absolutely worth it. It's his most recent of the, teen horror, all ages horror. So, not the non-adult ones. So, yeah, definitely give these zombie books go. They're really good reads. That's my second read after the last one was a few years ago, I think 2017. So yeah, on to the review. So what I said last week was how series finales aren't always like the best in part two, but the non-series finale ones are. This is one of those, yeah. I absolutely thought series two, part two is a much better episode. Well, maybe not much better, but definitely better than part one. That's what matters. So, yeah, on to the review. So it picks up immediately where the last episode left off. You know, the Cybermen are planning just to kill like the Doctor and everyone else because they, I don't know why. I assume that because the president didn't willingly upgrade and got killed, the orders were to kill everyone in the party. So let's just say that's what was happening. It was never really clear, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, the Doctor uses that recharged part of the TARDIS to blow like all the Cybermen up, and then they make an escape because Mrs. Moore shows up in the nick of time in the van, the Scooby-Doo van, to save them. And sore throat today. Yeah, they basically make their escape, and turns out that the guys who are after John Lumick and Pete Tyler are sort of like as dangerous as they acted. Like Ricky is London's most wanted for parking tickets, and turns out Pete is an inside man helping them, bring John Lumick down. I never like that idea, to be honest. I always preferred that Pete kind of knew what John Lumick was, or didn't know he was going to go all in on the cyber conversion thing. But I kind of like the idea that he knew John Lumick was a bad guy, but he never would have got where he is without him, so he's happy working for him there. It's not really a big deal, but I kind of preferred it if Pete was a bit more ruthless and not really working on bringing him down from the inside or anything. But it's not really a big issue, just preference. So yeah, basically they escape. Everyone gets away, and it turns out John Lumick is planning to convert the whole of London. His ear pods that download data basically brainwashes everyone and forces them to march their deaths for cyber conversion. And it's all about the other characters stopping it. So you've got basically everyone gets split up originally trying to escape Cyberman. Mickey and Ricky end up together, but Ricky gets killed by Cyberman, which is pretty sad because Mickey has to watch the thing. It's like watching himself die, and it's kind of like the moment where Mickey's gonna like realize he's gonna step up and be more than he has been at that moment. Like the moment when he's gonna the gates stopping the Cybermen from getting through, and he's just looking. He's like the Ricky scowl on his face, make you wonder, is it? Which one is that? But yeah, it was Mickey, and sure enough, he gets there. Jake meets up with the others. Jake can't tell the difference, but yeah, Rose works out who he is, and yeah, Jake's heartbroken. His best friend's dead. So yeah, they basically all split up into groups. Doctor goes off with Mrs. Moore into the tunnels, try and get some more information, see what they can do. Pete and Rose march into the cyber factory because Pete wants to find out if his wife is still alive. So she wasn't killed by Cybermen at the start of the episode, but when the brainwashing thing went off in her head, she marched with the rest of London to certain death. And yeah, Mickey's basically forgotten about again, but decides he's going to go off with Jake. Jake, of course, doesn't want him around because he just looks exactly like his friend, which can't be easy. And yeah, it's a nice moment when the Doctor, because this looks Mickey with respect, we'll meet you at the TARDIS when we survive this. He's like, yeah, sure. But then when Rose splits up, the Doctor's hugging her, and it's more emotional. You can see from Mickey's face, he's just knows he's it's saying his life with Rose and Doctor is just not what it should be, and Rose is clearly his favourite, and he's just thinking about staying there now that that Ricky is dead and his grandmother's alive. So yeah, they all basically end up being the ones to save the day. Mickey and Jake sneak onto this big Zeppelin, which is a big control, like a control room and they manage to destroy the signal there. All the data's on their phones, which Pete's been supplying. They're able to put into Rose's phone, which they then basically put into a big system, and it effectively sends the signals to every Cyberman. Yeah, Mrs. Moore gets killed in a very unlikely sneak attack by the Cybermen, but yeah, it kind of sucks. So the Doctor, Rose and Jackie Rose and Pete get taken prisoner because after they scan the Doctor and see his different biology, so they take him to John Lumick, and yeah, Jackie's been converted. What's left of her memories of her old life is there. Tells Pete who she is, but she's just a Cyberman now, and Pete, of course, as part of that, gets taken off to be rewarded, and Rose, for some reason, gets taken along as well. But yeah, they all end up there, stop the Cybermen, and of course, what the Doctor and Mrs. Moore discover is that there's an emotional inhibitor chip, which, if is basically suspended, so people can't feel anything. Because yeah, if you could feel what you've been turned into, like, it would probably kill you or drive you insane. And that's unfortunately the only way to stop this. They have to basically give everyone the humanity back, and of course the trauma just kills every Cyberman. The exception of John Lumick, he's been converted at this point because his main henchman stopped himself from being like brainwashed. Basically destroyed all of John Lumick's life support systems, got killed by the Cybermen, and then John Lumick got upgraded as well. And of course, as the only one who actually willingly did this, the emotional inhibitor being like reset basically doesn't hurt him at all. But yeah, there's a great over-top moment when Mickey and Jake are on board a Zeppelin, which Mickey knows how to fly from playing the PlayStation. It doesn't work like that. I'm playing Assassin's Creed 4 a lot at the moment, and you're doing a lot of like controlling a boat with a big wheel, so that's very similar. So maybe I can fly a Zeppelin. Who knows? So yeah, they basically rescue the Doctor, Rose, and Pete as they like making their escape. John Lumick's cyber controller starts climbing up. Pete cuts the rope with a screwdriver, and he falls to his death. And the episode basically about to end. And as I thought, Mickey decides to stay there. Doctor and Rose like shocked, but you can see the look on Doctor's face. He's proud that Mickey's done the right thing. He even says at the end, to Jackie, Mickey's gone home. Rose, of course, it's all about her. It's just, when obviously she's really upset that Mickey's leaving, and this is meant to be a forever thing because they can't get back to that parallel universe as they got there by accident. And of course, it's just Rose is just so selfish. Mickey's like, my gran needs me, and Rose is, what if I need you? It's just, God damn it. Look how selfish that is. What if I need you? Like Mickey says, you don't. She doesn't need him. He's accepted that they had something a long time ago and it's gone. So yeah, I guess that proves they weren't really a couple at any point, some point during season 2, at least in their time in the TARDIS together. And yeah, you just feel it was great that Mickey's finally stepped up, moving away from being absolutely the spare part, the tin dog as he'd call it. And yeah, of course, his grandma needs him. But then it's a bit odd that at the very end of the episode, the same night, presumably, he's off to Paris to make sure they shut down any cyber factories, because John Lumick has still got many Cybermen basically ready to be activated. So there's they may have killed all the ones in London, but there's millions more. So yeah, it seems a bit strange. I mean, guess we were talking about this. Mickey's going there to ensure that London is safe, so that his gran can't be converted. But if they Cybermen had gone from London, but if they came back, it does seem a bit strange that he's leaving the night he's chosen to stay there. But yeah, well, it's obviously not a permanent trip in France. I suppose it makes sense. He's protecting the world, but yeah, it seems a bit odd that he's just leaving just like that. But no, it works well. Him and Jake have put their differences aside. Vicky says at the end it can't be easy, but he's not replacing Ricky. Deleted scene where it's just out Ricky and Jake were a couple. Oh, that's a great scene where Ricky right, yeah, Jake's yeah. No, I won't do a Geordie accent. It's no good. Basically, Jake says, I'll never forget Ricky. He was the best boyfriend I ever had. And Mickey's right, well, I'm definitely not replacing him then. So yeah, they're friends at the end. So it's a good ending. Yeah, it's sad how so many people die in the process. And of course, it looks like it's setting something up. Let's think about it. So you've got Valhalla Universe I can't get back to. Yeah, of course they will. It's sci-fi. You've got one version of Pete alive, one version of Jackie alive. Perhaps Rose is having a family if Pete from the Parallel Universe and Jackie from their universe get together. Who knows? Maybe that's where it's going. But yeah, good episode, and like I said at the beginning, definitely better than part 1. It's could be seen as an easy ending. Let's just give the people their humanity back, and it kills them. But there's no real other way you could have done it. Not about bombing every factory they're in or something, and no, it wouldn't have worked any other way. No, I like the ending. It makes sense, and yeah, it's quite cruel that Cybermen have got their emotions removed because it's basically the part that makes them human is gone. It's pretty cruel that they've done that, and yeah, it's a good ending. And I did like that John Lumick is the only one who can't be affected by it, because no one would ever volunteer for something like that. I did like that his henchman tricked him into getting access by claiming he was ready for an upgrade, but really he was just there to basically cripple or kill John Lumick himself. And yeah, that's why they decided to upgrade him, because the pain in his infamous suit being destroyed. So yeah, good episode. And fortunately the next one's not so good. It's my least favourite episode in the whole series. So I don't know if I'd say the whole show. I mean, certain episodes of Jodie Whittaker's current run, I'd put, the latest version of Doctor, I would put lower. But off what, like I said, these are only going up to Peter Capaldi's finale, which is 2017. So is love fear not Fear Her is The Idiot's Lantern my least favourite episode of all Doctor Who? Possibly, but we'll see how I feel in a few months. But yeah, not looking forward to this review tonight, so it'll probably be very long where I just rant about how bad it is, or just very short because I want to just burn through it like the Girl in the Fireplace. Or that was a better episode. But yeah, this is it. I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the vid, and I never to say some more, but if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Okay, till then, adios.